Imagine a young man, barely out of his teens, inheriting an empire. This wasn't just any empire, this was Macedon, a kingdom with a fierce warrior spirit. This young man was Alexander, and he dreamed of conquering the known world. Persia, vast and wealthy, stood in his way. Alexander, fueled by ambition and a thirst for glory, set his sights on the Persian Empire. Alexander wasn't just a conqueror, he was a visionary. He believed in uniting the world under a single banner, a world where Greek culture and learning would flourish. The Persian Empire, with its ancient history and sprawling territories, represented both a challenge and an opportunity for Alexander. Could he conquer the Persians and create his dream empire? Alexander's army, though smaller than the Persian forces, was incredibly well trained. They were veterans of many battles, fiercely loyal to their king. They believed in Alexander's vision, and they were eager to prove their mettle against the mighty Persian army. The clash between these two forces would reshape the ancient world. The first major battle took place at the Granicus River in 334 BC. Picture the scene: the sun glinting off the armor of thousands of soldiers, the air thick with anticipation. The Persians, confident in their numbers, lined the opposite bank of the river, waiting for Alexander to make his move. Alexander, never one for conventional tactics, decided to attack immediately. He led his cavalry across the river, charging headlong into the Persian ranks. The fighting was fierce and bloody, a chaotic whirlwind of clashing steel and desperate cries. The Persian cavalry, caught off guard by Alexander's audacity, broke and fled. The Battle of Granicus River, though just the first encounter, sent shockwaves through the Persian Empire. Alexander's victory, swift and decisive, shattered the aura of Persian invincibility. It announced to the world that Alexander was a force to be reckoned with, a young king who would stop at nothing to achieve his goals. The Persian king, Darius III, enraged by the defeat at Granicus River, assembled a massive army to crush Alexander. The two forces met at Issus, a narrow coastal plain that gave the Persians no room to maneuver their superior numbers. Darius, blinded by pride and a desire for revenge, underestimated Alexander's tactical genius. Alexander, seeing an opportunity, launched a daring attack on the Persian center, aiming directly for Darius himself. The sight of their king under attack caused panic in the Persian ranks. Darius, fearing for his life, fled the battlefield, leaving his army to crumble without leadership. The Battle of Issus was a crushing defeat for the Persians. It showed that Alexander was not just a lucky commander, he was a brilliant strategist who could outmaneuver and outthink his opponents. Darius, desperate to stop Alexander's advance, gathered an even larger army, drawing troops from the far reaches of his empire. The stage was set for the final showdown at Gaugamela, a village near the ruins of Nineveh. The Persian army, vast and imposing, stretched as far as the eye could see. They had chariots with scythed wheels, elephants, and a seemingly endless supply of soldiers. Alexander, facing his greatest challenge yet, remained calm and collected. The battle raged for hours, a chaotic dance of death and destruction. Alexander, once again demonstrating his tactical brilliance, exploited a gap in the Persian lines, leading a decisive charge that shattered the Persian resistance. Darius, witnessing the destruction of his army, fled once more. Gaugamela marked the end of the Persian Empire. Alexander had achieved the impossible. Alexander's victories weren't due to luck. He was a military genius, combining strategic brilliance with tactical flexibility. He understood the importance of speed and maneuverability, allowing his smaller army to outmaneuver the larger, slower Persian forces. He wasn't afraid to take risks, often leading the charges himself, inspiring his men with his courage and determination. He adapted his tactics to suit the terrain and his opponents, always staying one step ahead. His victories were as much a testament to his mind as they were to his sword. Alexander also understood the importance of logistics. He ensured his army was well supplied, even on long campaigns. He knew that a well-fed and well-equipped army was a motivated army. His attention to detail, often overlooked in accounts of his conquests, played a crucial role in his success. Darius III, often portrayed as a weak and indecisive ruler, was a tragic figure. He inherited an empire already in decline, facing internal strife and external threats. He was a king ill-prepared to face a foe like Alexander. While Darius wasn't a military leader of Alexander's caliber, he wasn't a coward. He faced Alexander in battle 3 times, each time leading his army from the front. He was ultimately betrayed by his own satraps, murdered by those he trusted. Darius's story is a reminder that even the most powerful empires are not invincible. They can crumble from within, weakened by corruption and internal strife, leaving them vulnerable to ambitious outsiders like Alexander. Alexander's conquest of Persia wasn't just about military victories, it was a clash of cultures, a meeting of East and West. Alexander, a student of Aristotle, was fascinated by Persian culture. He adopted Persian customs, wore Persian clothing, and even married Roxana, a Persian noblewoman. He encouraged his soldiers to do the same, believing that integration, not subjugation, was the key to a lasting peace. He founded cities throughout his new empire, spreading Greek language, culture, and learning. These cities became centers of trade and commerce, connecting East and West in unprecedented ways. Alexander's conquest ushered in the Hellenistic Age, a period of immense cultural exchange and intellectual ferment. Greek philosophy, art, and science spread throughout the former Persian Empire, influencing the development of these regions for centuries to come. Alexander's empire didn't last. He died young at the age of 32, possibly from malaria or typhoid fever. His vast empire, lacking his leadership and vision, was divided amongst his generals, the Diadochi, who fought amongst themselves for control. Despite his short reign, Alexander's impact on history was profound. He had redrawn the map of the ancient world, toppling an empire that had stood for centuries. He had opened up new trade routes connecting East and West, and his conquests helped spread Greek culture and learning far beyond the borders of Greece. Alexander's story continues to fascinate us, inspiring countless books, films, and works of art. He remains an enigma, a complex figure who was both a ruthless conqueror and a visionary leader. His legacy is a subject of debate, but his impact on the course of history is undeniable. Alexander's exploits, already extraordinary in life, became the stuff of legend after his death. Stories of his courage, his intelligence, and his ambition spread throughout the ancient world, embellished with each retelling. He became a mythical figure, a hero whose feats were the stuff of legend. Some stories depict him as a god-king, descended from Achilles, while others focus on his strategic brilliance, his ability to outwit and outmaneuver his opponents. He is often portrayed as a tragic hero, a victim of his own ambition, cut down in his prime. Separating fact from fiction in Alexander's story is a challenge. The sources we have, written centuries after his death, are often contradictory, blending historical accounts with myth and legend. Yet, despite the challenges, the story of Alexander the Great continues to captivate us, reminding us of the power of ambition, the allure of conquest, and the enduring legacy of a life lived on an epic scale. Alexander the Great, the boy king who conquered an empire, remains one of history's most fascinating figures. His story, a blend of historical fact and enduring myth, continues to inspire and intrigue us. He was a military genius, a visionary leader, and a complex individual whose actions shaped the course of history. His conquest of Persia, a clash of titans that reshaped the ancient world, stands as a testament to his ambition, his courage, and his strategic brilliance. Though his empire was short-lived, his legacy continues to influence us today, reminding us of the interconnectedness of our world and the enduring power of human ambition. Alexander's star, like the stars he gazed upon in his quest for conquest, still shines brightly in the night sky of history, a reminder of a time when the world was young and anything seemed possible.